going on, everybody? Soliaka here, and I am here, and I'm going to show you the office that I'm at. I'm trying to hide it right now because I don't want them to all start freaking out yet. But anyway, I'm at Senator Bobby Powell's office, which is right down yonder way. And I'm going to go into his office and try to schedule a meeting because I've called numerous times. They don't want to answer my phone calls. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to schedule a meeting. So, I'm going to go into their office and try to get a meeting set up so that when I come here, I can go and let Bobby Powell know how I feel. So don't forget, hit that like, share, and that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And I'm going to say, Soliaker, deuces. Hello? Hey, how are you? I'm here to try to schedule an appointment with Bobby Powell. Oh, that's all right. Thank you. I didn't need to ring your office if I got the wrong one.
No problem.
All right, thank you. Hey, how are you?
Hi, doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Living the dream.
Good. How can I help you?
I'm here to try to schedule an appointment with Bobby Powell.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
In regards to what?
Does it matter? I want to speak to him.
So it does matter. It is important. I will say, he's out for the day. Today is his wedding anniversary, so he's preparing for that.
Okay, that's always good. I have one of those too,
Right,
and they're
exactly.
always awesome.
Exactly.
Family's important.
Exactly. And then the following week, we're heading to Tallahassee very soon, so he's kind of
So
gearing up.
I'm trying to. I've been trying to get a hold of this office for, I want to say, almost 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And I've been calling and say, hey, and every time they're like, oh, where you live, and it's not about where I live. I mean, I understand that he wants somebody that can vote for him. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I can vote for him, but it's not about where I live.
No,
Right?
no.
Right.
I mean,
And it's always about trying to, meet the people that are trying to change laws in our,
absolutely.
whether it be here or at the district level or at the federal level.
True.
And I want to have that talk with them.
Okay.
But I can let you know it is Second Amendment oriented.
Okay.
And he is trying to propose a bill, which I don't know if that is going to be looked at or talked about or anything to that nature.
Okay. I believe you're talking about, was it, I think it's SB 634?
Yeah, it's the open carry.
Okay.
The open carry here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it makes a big difference. Because even in the news articles I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
they very, very clearly state that if this law was to pass, that nobody could carry within the West Palm area, and that's an issue, because the right to keep and bear arms shouldn't be restricted on how far you can go. It's about the right to bear arms.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
All right. Well, like I said, he's out of the office for today. It is the holiday New Year's season.
Yeah.
And then next week he is preparing for session. But let me check his calendar. And
I would definitely recommend it because once again I'm really trying to. I've been trying to do this for almost probably even longer than 3 or 4 months.
Gotcha. I understand, and they're I've worked for both a House of Representative and on the Senate side, and they're very busy.
I get it. I'm busy too. I've got my life and everything, and the one thing I know about our public officials is the reason we elected them is because we wanted them to do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's I'll even give you my name because it's very important.
Gotcha.
I want him to know who I am and why it's so important.
I understand. So I will say he is booked for the honestly for the the rest of the week. He's got events every day.
Can you tell me about the events or places he's going to be visiting? Because I would love to go and if I can, I'll go directly to the horse's mouth and find him. Like, the one thing, I make phone calls here, I keep calling, nobody wants to help me out, and he doesn't want to schedule it. So if he wants to go...
It's not about not wanting to schedule it. Like I said, he just legitimately is very busy, and unfortunately you've come at a very tough time because literally...
3-4 months.
Session is literally...
I know when session is. I'm running for state representative.
Okay, so it's, I mean...
yeah, I know.
He's got a lot going on.
I get it.
But I will say, if you're unable to meet with him in person, he's also available via email.
Email does absolutely nothing because I've gotten the same emails from Brian Mast and all the other people that I want to talk to about stuff, and the only way to really make your voice heard is by showing up in person and with a camera. Because then it puts them on saying, hey, what is your true agenda? And they can sugarcoat anything they want. All they want. But when they get put on and they're going to say what I've heard, like I'm the guy that's been open carrying here.
Okay.
If you don't know about that law. Do you know about the law?
Well, I'm familiar with the law that we're proposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Okay.
And I'm the guy that's going to tell him, look, if you're going to restrict people from being able to protect themselves, it's his responsibility to protect them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just say something happens to a fisherman and they die. It'd be his fault, basically. It would be his fault because he's trying to restrict the law. You restrict the law, it becomes your obligation to protect the people. And that's why it's so important for me to talk to this man.
Gotcha. I understand that.
I've got meetings scheduled with Brian Mast, our Attorney General. I can't stress this one.
Gotcha.
I'm a big YouTuber. He already probably knows my YouTube channel. It's called Solo Yacker. You can look me up.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I will. Write down your YouTube channel so I can take a look at it. But I will give you my card. Like I said, he is very much so booked.
I know for almost 6 months, or at least 3 to 4 months since I've been calling here.
Gotcha.
I've been calling this one. I've been calling the one up in, I believe he goes to Washington as well. Correct?
So no, he doesn't. He's a state senator. So,
okay.
But I think you're talking about Congressman Alcee Hastings.
And probably. Well, I've been calling everybody and anybody from this district because this is very important to me.
Okay. Absolutely. Listen, I'm an attorney.
I'm not trying to die.
No. I'm an attorney, and I most certainly uphold the Constitution.
Thank you.
And your right to free speech. I think we differ on our position with Amendment 2 and the right to carry. But we are most certainly open to hearing your concerns and moving forward. Because, sometimes the best legislation comes through bipartisan effort, both sides coming together for a common
good. Right now it's been mostly partisan. There's been one side. It's been very democratically sided, and that's why I say it's not a bipartisan. If you look at everything that's going on, it's very much democratic. I mean, there are 3 out of how many Republicans we have here fighting for gun rights and fighting against gun rights, and I can look at the Democratic side being the partisan. Same thing. The Trump thing, it's been partisan. It's one side.
Gotcha.
It's one-sided.
Gotcha.
And,
well, like I said, from my experience on both the House side and the Senate side, the best bills that are passed are with bipartisan support. Even if you don't agree with it, putting in language that benefits both sides so that everyone is happy is honestly the best way to get laws in motion.
My rights don't stop at other people's feelings. That's why the Second Amendment is it's a constitutionally protected right. And when we have politicians trying to juggle that right, that is not bipartisan at all. It's a right. And that's a God-given right. Even before the Constitution was written, it was a God-given right to protect ourselves and our family and our loved ones. And then when the Constitution was written, it wasn't based off of protecting our families. It was based off of tyrannical government. And that's why, even for me, right now I'm trying to so-called impeach city officials in the town of Palm Beach. Because, once again, they are going against our Constitution, not upholding their Constitution.
if I had a way to impeach him, I would. But
Okay.
unfortunately, it's up to the Senate, it's up to the Congress, it's up to a lot of people that
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, my position hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Most certainly this office, our position is to uphold the United States and state constitution.
It's their oath.
And that is what we do. And
That's their
again,
oath.
like I said, as an attorney, I take that same oath as well. And so the Constitution is important, and there are rights that are bestowed on us, but
That are not up for negotiation.
well,
It's the same
you're
thing.
talking to an attorney, so everything is most
nothing-
certainly up for interpretation. But we recognize your free speech. We recognize your passion and position on the right to bear arms.
It's the same thing with religion. It'd be the same way, whatever religion you are, me saying, hey, that is not your right, because this is the way we tell you to be. It's the same thing. It's the freedom of press, religion, assembly, all that good stuff.
True, but there are most certainly restrictions on that.
There are no restrictions.
I'm sorry, not for religion. We're talking about two separate things, but in terms of guns, there most certainly are restrictions for guns.
There are zero restrictions on guns.
Okay, can you bring a gun to the courthouse?
That's only because of gun restrictions.
So there are restrictions on...
Unconstitutional restrictions, but yes, there are restrictions.
Like I said, the Constitution is a written document, and you're speaking to an attorney. It is always up for interpretation.
Never.
But that's my own personal opinion. But
that's a personal opinion.
As this particular office, again, like I said, our job is to uphold the United States and state constitution, and that is what we do here. And we value your opinion. And please do send me an email. I will.
I'm not a big email guy. I've been calling. Like I said, I've been calling for months, and it's gotten nowhere. Because the one thing they're like, oh, where do you live? What do you do this? It's not about that. Because at the end of the day, when I pay my taxes, supports you and your family, him and his family. This building right here, without me, this building doesn't exist. And that's why I say it's very important. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Okay, well, like
I'm living the dream, bro. Living the dream. You like my shirt, man? It says living the dream, man.
Nice, I like the GoPro too.
Yeah, it's only because, under Smith versus the City of Cummings, as you know.
I'm not familiar.
Oh,
I'll most certainly research it.
Smith versus City of Cummings, 11th District Court allows me to record my public officials in the course of their duty.
Okay.
And that's why I say I'm tired of calling. And that's why...
So Kirsty, the reason we're explaining that we need your name, your address, your email, and things like that is because we have a constituent database, and if you are a constituent of one of ours,
I am.
We like to keep that information so that when the constituents are calling and giving their opinions, and such as yourself, and talking about gun rights and other things among that nature, we like to keep that logged in. So we say, oh, this person from this area who's one of our constituents has an opinion about this. If you're just
I'm
a
right
guy
here.
that's
I'm
calling
right here right now.
not giving us any information about who you are, where you live, how do we know you're one of our constituents? You're just telling me that you're one of my constituents, but I have no way of confirming that, sir.
You don't
I
need
have
to
to
confirm
go.
it.
Yes, we do. We need to go
Why?
the way that the
I vote.
state works, the way the way that they tell us to
vote.
handle constituent cases is we log in your address, we log in where you live, so that we can confirm you're a constituent of ours, and then we'll take care of the matter that you'd like to solve, and we hear
100%.
your opinions. If you don't want to provide that information, that's fine, but we're not going to be able to.
Once again, and that's the difference is that it doesn't matter about constituents. It's about who pays their salary.
Okay.
Who pays your salary? Who pays her salary? And that's why I pay my taxes, brother.
Understood.
And for me, as a person, whether I live here or not, which I do live here,
Understood.
that's why.
Got it.
Hi guys, my name is Michael Taylor. I go by Soliaker on YouTube.
Okay.
You can look me up, and I'm the guy that will be back here on January 4th.
Okay.
And we'll be hanging out on the bridge.
At the Florida Carry protest. It's starting at West Palm Beach Police Department, and it's going all
the way
the way
to the
Palm
bridge.
Beach. We already know about it.
That's me.
And
I would encourage you,
Absolutely.
because he will still be here until he has to go, and I would encourage him to come out and talk to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Will it
just got a
happen?
call today from the town of Palm Beach Police Department. Lieutenant
I
Wilkinson.
know. I
let us
just
know,
talked to him. I
and
came from them
we're,
right to you.
And obviously, as Christy said earlier, the senator's out. It's his marriage anniversary. But
I get it.
We're going to be having a staff meeting through phone probably by the end of this week, and we're going to be letting him know about the Florida Carry protest.
I would let him know that the guy that is actually holding it and organizing it showed up to his office today
Okay.
and said, "Hey, I would, if you really want to have a sit-down conversation, because I've yet to hear from you for almost 3 to 6 months."
Okay.
Because once again, I've talked to Brian Mast, Attorney
Understood.
General, a bunch of other ones,
Understood.
and because they know who I am, they don't want to sit down or talk to me.
Understood, Mike.
And that's,
Got it.
once again, it doesn't matter if I live here or not.
Okay.
I shouldn't have to give away my Fourth Amendment right.
Okay. All right.
Saying, hey, I live here, this is my address, and this is who I am. That's what this is about. That's why I showed up here today.
Gotcha.
And even though I'm being very forthcoming about all my information, I'm letting you know this isn't going away.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming by and letting us know that you've been trying to meet with our office, and unfortunately we haven't been able to make that happen. But hey, I'll let the senator know that the protest is happening, and we'll do our best to make it out there.
Can you write my number down?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Michael, I'm Nosby, by the way.
Mike.
Nice to meet you.
I go by Soliaker on YouTube.
Soliaker.
Yes.
Got it. Cool.
It's gonna be correct.
Okay. All right.
And the sooner the better, because once again, January 4th is right around the corner, and
Yes, it is.
and I would love. It's a Saturday, just before he's probably gonna go back to where
Yeah.
he's got to go back to work.
Back to session, yeah.
He can have just a couple, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm not hard to find. I'm really easy.
Yeah. We'll do our best to make sure he's out there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Mhm.
I'm really, because
All right. And listen, that is my card. Information is on there. I know that you've tried very hard to get through it. He honestly, truly, his schedule is packed. It really is. But
can I make a
even if-
public records request here?
So not
through here.
not
it
through
has
our
to go
specific
through the
office.
State Department. But
Yeah.
you can. You
yeah.
have every single
And
record of that.
and it's not that I don't trust you. I've had the same thing happen with other public officials, and if I need to make a public records request to verify,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I would definitely,
Absolutely, yeah.
it's one of those things. And it's not that I don't trust you, it's just I've been getting the runaround. I've called here at least 6 to 7 times. And you don't live here. I'm like, trust me, I live in the area, it's just I don't feel comfortable giving out all,
Understood.
Gotcha.
those are constitutional protected, and he's supposed to
I
uphold.
understand, but also too, if you're going with that as well, you've got to provide that information when you make a public records request.
I do not.
As well.
Look up Florida State Statute 119.
Okay.
I can remain anonymous. I could tell you my name is Joe Blow, and your job is to fulfill my public records request,
Gotcha.
or even FOIA, which is the federal something.
Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Same principle. Same principle.
Gotcha.
I can remain 100% anonymous. Same thing with your whistleblowers. They can remain anonymous until they actually end up and they get subpoenaed.
Gotcha.
Until that whistleblower is like, I'm going to subpoena this whistleblower. I don't know who he is, but until this person shows up in front of court to, on record, say, hey, this is true. That's how it works. And as a lawyer, you should know. And I'm not here to ruffle feathers, but I'm also here to get answers.
Gotcha. No, and like I said, honestly, we have a difference in opinion, but your opinion is most certainly valued here. It really is.
My opinion for
It's
you
just-
is it's crucial for you to protect yourself.
Gotcha.
Without these laws and with him changing them, it's only going to affect you and me and my wife and my 7-month-old daughter. Just imagine no rights for any women. Women fought for their right to vote, their right for a voice, to say, hey, women actually vote more than men.
No, I know. And yes,
And
I'm aware.
It's
fully aware.
And try to strip your own rights that you've fought to get back in the 40s, or I want to say it's the late 40s.
Women's rights were 1920, but black women wasn't until the 60s. Yes. So I'm aware.
Jim Crow laws, all that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm here. I'm not here to start nothing. I'm here for your rights, my rights, his rights, all of our rights. And with politicians like him, I agree with having a job, but I wouldn't work for this guy. Not when he's trying to take away your future daughter, son's rights, your rights, his rights, when they start infringing.
Gotcha. Well, we agree to disagree, but
Don't disagree about your rights. Never disagree.
Well, I don't. I mean, we agree to disagree. I think he's a phenomenal senator to work for. I really, like I said, I've worked for a lot of politicians before, and he most certainly listens to the opinions of the folks in the district, the folks in this area, and he most certainly reaches across party lines to get stuff passed. So like I said, you may disagree with this, particular bill, but he most certainly values
It's been a multiple.
bipartisan. He most certainly values bipartisan opinion when formulating the bills that he passes.
I know all the bills he's voted on and which ones he's signed off on, and it's been majority of anti-gun bills. I know vote50.com or vote50.org tells me, I type in the politician's name, tells me what they voted for, who they're getting money from. It tells me everything. Mm-hmm. Same way with anybody that looks anything up on me, I'm under that same thing.
Gotcha.
And I would say is the people that he's taking money from and what he's voting for are not helping our country. Not just the state, our country.
Okay.
Think about that.
All right.
It's not just about you, it's not just about your neighbors, it's about all of us and others. And
Okay.
I'm the other.
That's okay. We welcome everybody.
All right.
We do.
Have a great day.
Take care. You too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.